Now we are going to model this TV design shelf. Go into edit mode, reduce the size in X-axis, then scale in Y-axis, press S, Y, 5 in numpad, select this face, press 3, to go into side view, bring this face up to 6 grid, this is first grid, this is second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth, for that press G, Z, 6 in numpad, press A, to select everything, move this plane up, G, Z, 6 in numpad. Now press Ctrl, R and press 2 in numpad, to add 2 loop cuts, then scale this in, Z-axis, add another 2 loop cuts here, scale this in, Y-axis, now add 1 loop here. Then add another loop cut here. Then add 2 loop here like this. Then add 1 loop here, then add another loop cut here. After that select the edges, by holding Alt, press Shift, select these edges. Hold Ctrl press B to bevel it little bit like this. Now select this face, then hold Ctrl and select this face, see it will select all the in-between faces like this. Then hold Shift, and select all these faces, that I am selecting. Now press E to extrude it. After that, hold Shift and select this face, to deselect these faces. Now again extrude this faces. Now go to Modifier, and bring the bevel modifier. Change the segments into 4. Then reduce the bevel amount. Now add 1 loop cut here. Then add another loop cut here. Again add 2 loop cuts here like this. Extrude these faces, up to here. Then select these 2 faces. Hold Ctrl press, East, click Bridge Edge Loops, to bridge it like this. Then go into side view, by pressing 3 in numpad, go into wireframe mode, for that select this option, or press Z, wireframe. Now select these vertex, move it here. Then move this vertex before. Then add 1 loop cut here. Now select this face and select the back side face too. Hold Ctrl press, East click Bridge Edges Loops. Then select these 2 faces. And again do Bridge Edges Loops. Then hold Alt Shift, and select this edges. Then press F to fill faces. Then again hold Alt Shift, and select this edges. Again fill faces. After that extrude these 2 faces. Then select these down faces, and extrude it. Extrude it little bit, then select these faces and extrude it. After that add 2 loop cuts. And scale this in, Y-axis to bring it here. Now in bottom select these faces here. Now extrude it, again extrude it, finally extrude it little bit. Then select these faces, and bridge edge loops. Do the same for other faces too. Then select this face, extrude it inside. Then select all these edges, and fill it. Do the same for these two. Now see some faces having some black shades, that is because of the normal. For that, hold Shift and press N, it will recalculate the normals. Now it looks fine. After that select these faces, press P, click Selection, to separate it. Now select these 2 faces, extrude outside. Then again extrude it, and scale it. See our scale is not working properly. That is because our pivot point is in median point. Change this into individual. Now try to scale it. See now these 2 faces, will individually scale it, then scale it in, Y-axis little bit. Then extrude it little bit. After that insert it, and extrude it. Finally select this face, and insert it. Now select these vertex, and scale this in, Y-axis to bring it together little bit. Extrude it, and then scale this in, Z-axis little bit. Extrude it little bit, insert it and then extrude it. After that, again insert it. Extrude inside little bit, again insert and extrude it. This face will be glass. Now we have to model handle for our door. Then go to Add menu, Curve, Path. Then move this in, X-axis here, go into Edit mode. Click 7 in numpad to go into top view. Now select these vertex, move it like a curve. Then rotate this in, Y-axis. Then rotate this in, Z, axis, R, Z, -90, in numpad. In here object data properties, change the depth value to 0.161. We have hole here, we have to fill it. For that enable this fill cap option. After that bring your handle here, and reduce the scale like this. Duplicate this handle and place it for this door. Again duplicate the handle, move it here, and rotate it, place it like this. Then we have to joint our door and handle. But see these three doors, are in one. We have to separate it. For that in edit mode, select everything, press P, click loose parts, it will separate all the loose parts. Now our handle is in curve, we have to convert this into mesh. Select the handle, right click, convert to, click mesh. Now select the door and handle, hold Ctrl and press J, to joint. See now it became one. Likewise, convert the other both handles into mesh. Then combine with the door. Now we are going to model this switch. Go into side view. Now bring a plane, in this pop-up menu, change this into view. Now our plane will change into our view. Then move it here, now extrude this edge little bit. Insert this face, move it before little bit. Insert this face, again little bit insert it. Now press Ctrl, plus to extend this selection, then deselect this face. Then delete the faces. Go into object mode, hold shift press, S, cursor to selection. Now bring cylinder. Rotate this in, Y, axis, and scale it. Duplicate this cylinder and place it here. Again duplicate it, place it here. Now bring Boolean modifier, click this eyedrop, pick this cylinder. Now apply the modifier, then delete this cylinder. Now select this face, insert it, again insert it little bit, extend the selection. Deselect this face, now delete this selected faces. Then select the selected faces. Then extrude this face, after that select this edge. Bring it before like this. After that, press A, to select everything, hold Shift, D, to duplicate it, move it here. Now we have flip it. For that press, S, Y, -1, we have flip this, but see it taken all loose parts, for individual origin. That is because our pivot point, is still in individual origin. Now click median point, then again press, S, Y, -1, now it's good. Now select these faces, press, F, to fill it. Then again select everything, duplicate it, move it here. Select these edges, bridge edge loops. After that select all these edges. And little bit extruded like this. Then don't fill the backside faces. That is because we are not going to show the backside, right? So we don't want to fill the faces. Then add bevel modifier, and change the segments, into 4. And change the amount value. We can see, some black shades in some faces. Hold Shift and press, N, to recalculate normals outside. See now it is good. After that bring our switches here. And place it here like this. Finally bring a cube, reduce the size in, X, axis. Then scale this in, Y, axis, and in, Z, axis too. In backside insert this face, then scale this in, Y, axis, extrude it little bit. Again insert it, scale this in, Y, axis, then extrude it. Select this face, insert it little bit, then extrude it like this. After that, place your television here like this. Now we have to add wood texture to our shelf. I have given the link in the description, to use the same texture as me. You can download that texture. In Edit Preference, enable the Node Wrangler, add on. Then for into Render View, by click this option, or press Z, Render. After that see I have add one sunlight. And rotate it like this. For this strength value 4. Add one sunlight like this. Go to Shader Editor, click New, rename it Wood Shelf. Now select the principal BSDF node, hold Ctrl Shift and press T. Then bring that wood texture. Then change this mapping scale value into 10, and change this displacement scale into 0.006. Now we can see our texture is not applied properly. We have to UV unwrap it. There are two methods to do it. For that you can manually add seam like this. Then press U and click UV unwrap. Or you can select everything, press U, click Smart UV Project. See, it looks fine. But remember one thing in all, the Smart UV project is not best thing. That time manually UV unwrap is best option. For now I think Smart UV project is good. Likewise do the same for the doors too, like this. Then click this icon, and drag it to the 3 doors. It is shortcut to add the same materials for others. Click the switches, click New, rename it Plastic, then bring Noise Texture. Press Ctrl T to add texture coordinate and mapping. Connect this object to mapping vector. Then bring Bump node. Connect this factor to height. Connect this normal to normal. Then change the noise scales, 500, and detail 15. And bump value 0.080. Now it is nice. Now click and drag this to television. To add this material, click New here. Rename it TV Screen. Then reduce the roughness value to all the down, 0, and increase the transmission weight to 1. Now select this door, click New, rename it Glass. Then reduce the roughness value all the way down, 0, and then increase the transmission weight value all the way to 1. Then inside here, enable this ray trace transmission, and change this option from sphere into slab. That's all. Now we have successfully modeled our television design shelf. If you want to learn how to manually UV unwrap, or you want any other tutorials, just let me know in comments. I will try to make that tutorials. Subscribe to my channel to learn more like this.